Rhymes Arcade, Rhymes Arcade, where the games get played and the games get saved so they can be played on another day. Rhymes Arcade.
All right. What is up, everybody? Good morning. Hope everybody is enjoying their day. Thanks for coming in here and hanging out with me in Rob's Arcade. Time to do another look at some retro titles. If you are new to this channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Um, but this is where I kind of just hang out with you guys and look at some video games. As you can tell here, lots of retro stuff hanging around, very much like a room that I would have had back in the 90s. And we're just kind of hanging out here, playing some video games, looking at some stuff that I would have played as a teenager growing up. We've got Operation Condor playing here on my tablet. Really funny. I've been doing this for a while, even before I started doing these videos, putting on movies on my tablet, having it kind of like propped up in front of me, and then playing like Mortal Kombat and old video games and stuff like that, Sega CD, and just really having a good time, like kind of like a multimedia thing going on in my room. And now there's like actual VR emulators that are doing basically the same thing. It's like a huger branch off of what we're looking at here. This is just for the PlayStation. You can use the controller and kind of scan around the room, check out different things. You got paper, speakers on the floor, um, Super Soaker phone off the hook, that little power strip, and kind of scan around and look. I believe this is a VR title though, so it's one of those that if you have a like the PlayStation VR, you can put this on and actually look around the room. And as you look around your room, you will see what's in this room. And now there's like these actual VR emulators that allow you to do that on a very complex level, like buying snacks and little um, toys and knickknacks to put around the room, and really filling out the room and customizing it the way you want to. But it's crazy. I've seen a few of these on TikTok, and they're playing like old consoles and stuff like that here, and these little like VR emulators. But they've also got like two TVs set up. They have like two TVs. One will be playing like Kickboxer or some Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, and or Ghostbusters, and then they'll be playing like video games. And I'm like, that's the same thing I've been doing for like, I mean, pretty much as I got back to Richmond. So like for like almost like 2 years now, and um, it's just crazy uh, to think that now it's all the rage. Anyway, let's look at what was all the rage back in the day. We have made it through all of the ABCs of the Sega Genesis collection. Last time I left off, we did a Crackdown. We have Decap Attack, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and Dynamite Heady here in the D section. Only one E. That's interesting. Um, we're going to go ahead and jump into some Decap Attack real quick, which is probably one of the more. I do remember playing this as a kid. One of the more like Sega. Oh, isn't that great audio? That's 32-bit sound right there. But this is definitely one of the more like I feel like Sega type games. Just very bizarre. I think you're like a mummy, like throw his head or something like that. Hence the name Decap Attack. Chuck D Head is his name, right? Yeah, Chuck D Head. Released in 1991. It's like weird looking duck up in there. This is wild. Alright, let's see what does what here. Jump. Then your head comes back to you there. Excuse me there. But I feel like this is like one of the more like Sega-like games that we've played so far, where oh no, kind of glitching out here. Can you walk through this? Oh, that's weird. Tell me that did not look like you could not walk through that, right? Oh shoot! I did not expect that to fall out from under me. I was like, what's the trick here? You just walk across the bridge. It's like the lava's not even close to you. But I feel like, you know, when Sonic came out, it was like you had just the strange factor. Oh, I guess you can't jump on that cloud. That's so weird, right? It's like some clouds you can jump on, those you can't. That looks like a wall you can't go through. Very bizarre. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. And so now... Wow. Like a werewolf. Okay, gotta jump. Potions there. Oh wait, hold on. We got to jump up on this thing like really high here. Hold on. Get up in this tree. There we go. Whoa! I don't know. Oh yeah, but anyway, so Sonic, you know, came out and it was like this really cool game with this like blue hedgehog, and he's got this spiky hair and sneakers, and there was just something like very Sega about that, you know, like up until that point we had never really seen anything that fast, that wild looking, that intense, and that's so weird. I was gonna say, did I kill him or just like put him in the ground? And after that, I mean, we had some crazy weird titles like that on Nintendo, but it was like after Sonic came out, it was almost like Sega's job to put out the strangest games that they could, kind of like, you know, what else can we put out? It's like, oh well, how about a mummy that like throws his head, and you know, or just any kind of like crazy weird idea like Sega kind of throw out there. And oh crap, I feel like, you know, of course the 16-bit graphics and the colors and everything really help to tell some of their stories. You know, it's one of those things I think that in that 8-bit realm, you could tell stories like this and the graphics were okay, but they really came to life here in the 16-bit realm. All of it knew that was going to happen, and you could really make some crazy characters and really tell some crazy adventure stories using the Sega Genesis, and they really, I feel like, took advantage of that. You know, I'm trying to think of some other. Bubsy was another fun Sega game I remember playing a lot. What was it? I think some other weird, like, video game characters. Spectre Man was kind of zany. Kind of like that robot. You could, like, kind of almost like transform and move around all weird. Where am I supposed to go from here? Oh, up in this tree. How do we get up in there? I'll get this. I'm gonna run here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh no! Oh shoot! I was about to fall all the way back down to the bottom there. Oh! These are those levels you would just be stuck here all day long. Like Mega Man. Get that jump. Finally hit it. And then you miss the next one. Oh, shoot. I landed it. And freaking Daffy Duck. Freaking Daffy Duck. Always animals. I don't get it. Always animals are after you in these video games. Oh, what did I hit? Oh, I got items? What does this do? Hold on. Oh shoot. I did something. Hold on, no, wait. What did I take? That's not invincibility. What did that do? These are games that's really, like, I never read instruction manuals, growing up. Oh shoot, I was facing the wrong way. A lot of my friends and I mean, we just didn't, you just got the game, and you just put it on, you know, like, you didn't really read instruction manuals, which was, I think, you know, to my own, no, fault, and I probably would have enjoyed more video games had I read the instruction manuals. I think that was something like my dad used to always recommend. Hey, just read the instruction. I'm like, no. But then again, I don't think my dad ever read an instruction manual when it came to like hooking up a VCR or stereo or anything like that. He would just kind of figure it out. Yeah, it's interesting. Speaking of my dad, I've been going back and watching some these more like video. Oh my gosh! Excuse me. We are going to be here all afternoon, folks. Oh, there we go. There we go. No ducks. Oh my. This is so unforgiving. But I've been going back and like, you know, like watching when I'm not playing retro games, watching like videos on retro game collectors and reviewers, and I was watching one that is impossible. You can't jump up there without hitting your head on the other ledge. Apparently this guy hits his head on a lot of ledges because if you can see like the top of his dome, I think that's actually his torso with eyes. And guys, so like, so you hit your head on these ledges. It's such a weird, narrow little box. But anyway, we're going back and watching some of these like retro video game reviewers and stuff. And what I've been watching is really like talking a lot about like his dad and his influence on his like gaming life, and it really made me think about my dad and some of my own gaming life experiences and stories. And you know, it's one of those, I've mentioned this before, like I really would not be into games, comic books, movies, really any of that stuff that I'm into nowadays, had it not been for my father and his I would say like his passion for video games, because it's not like he himself was an avid gamer, but he definitely, oh, what is that? Oh, that is so ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Why would you even put that in there? As a game designer, like, why would you put that as a part of your level? Like, oh, let's just put a bouncy wall where you can bounce back and forth, and then as you're bouncing back and forth, we'll just throw in a stream of oh, he's crying. That's so sad. Aw. Oh, continue? Yeah, let's continue. But, oh, this isn't a continue. Oh, I keep hitting that wrong. Button there. I guess A is your menu thing there. Again, my dad like, read it. I don't have the instruction booklet. I don't know what to do. There is no instruction booklet for this. That was the other thing too, like you would rent games a lot of times and like they just wouldn't even come with instruction booklets. You know, like you would go rent a game and sometimes you get like really fortunate, you'd get an instruction booklet with no cover, but it would have like all the cheat codes or passwords in the back. That was like a super win right there, when somebody would write down the passwords in the back of an instruction booklet. And if it was a game where you couldn't play, you couldn't get to the next part, or you had you maybe just wanted to see what all the levels looked like, you could put the passcodes in. That was always awesome. Always a special little treat. I don't know what any of this stuff does. It's just potions. It's like the equivalent of what is this supposed to do? Wee. I feel like it should like fling you if you like time it right, but it doesn't do anything. Oh, glitching. But yeah, my dad, even though he wasn't like a huge gamer or anything, I can't like ever really remember my dad like really playing a lot of video games. He definitely like encouraged it, and you know, definitely supported it. It wasn't one of those things, like I had friends who grew up and, you know, never even had like a Nintendo or anything in their house, and my dad always made certain that you know, my sister and I, we had like the latest game systems, the latest Sonic games, and just really went out of his way to, like I said, basically in a short, to support our this is the same level, our video game history, our video game, what's the good word for it? Not our video game history. Kind of like our video game history. Kind of like our video game experiences, our video game life growing up as kids. He like really supported that, encouraged it, and like I said, some of my friends, the parents were like, "Oh no, I don't want you playing Nintendo. Nintendo's bad." We grew up in, you know, that time where like, you know, comics and superheroes, I mean, they're cool now, and it's like, you know, all the movies, you know, Deadpool is like one of the #1 films right now in the box office, and it's because of years and years of you know, some nerds kind of like fighting to show people just how, you know, how fun and, oh my gosh, and important some of this stuff is. Video games have always had that trope of being negative, but now I feel like even in more recent years, there's more positive press about the aspects of online gaming and what video games can do, even like in terms of being like therapeutic and some kind of like physical rehabilitation for people with like arthritis, playing like DS and Wii games and things like that, and using video games even to kind of help in like modern medicine has been pretty wild. But my dad was always there, every step of the way, like I said, supporting my sister and I, our love for video games. I was actually talking briefly about my sister and like our love for games and how we used to play games, in my room and stuff like that. I don't know if that video's up yet. I was playing the new Hogwarts Legacy, and it just always made me think of my sister and I when I played that game, because I got the demo for that game on Thanksgiving, so that way, oh shoot, she could play it, and we just had a lot of fun checking that out. And oh, so weird. I don't know, maybe this would be a fun time to talk about. Oh shoot. Actually, we should do that. We're doing D-Video Games, Decap Attack. Let's talk about Dad for a little bit here. I know this video is almost over. Oh my gosh, maybe we'll do one of the other D games, since we got so many on the Sega Genesis, and we're almost out of time for this video. So maybe that's what we'll do here. Talk a little bit about Dad, because Dad was like very instrumental in shoot. I want to keep hitting the wrong button. I really wish I did have like this. One of my favorite things about the PlayStation is the fact that I do get to like hit the PlayStation Store and download all these old games. But there is a part of me that wish I had like a PlayStation Sega controller, just because. I mean, I get the format. It's like square is A, X is B, and circle is C. But the configuration is not like a Sega controller, and sometimes I accidentally hit the wrong button, of course, which is, I don't have to do that even with a Sega Genesis controller. Oh, so frustrating. This is a game I would have been sitting around in my room playing all afternoon, just trying to crush that same jump over and over again. Oh shoot, I didn't think he was going to come down there. I thought he was locked into up. Those guys are. That guys are. But yeah, my dad, he wasn't a huge gamer, but we always had gaming systems growing up. Oh, don't let me get you again. And I do remember he had a Atari system, a couple actually. I think we had like 2 or 3 different Ataris, and I was only like 4 or 5, so I was not allowed to play with them unless my dad was around. Not even touch them. It's interesting nowadays. I feel like kids at like 4 or 5 have their own like Nintendo Switches. See, all day long. That's what I would have been doing all day long, just to hit that one jump. It's crazy. Oh. Oh, and the goal's on this side. That's weird. Usually it's on. Usually you go to the right to get the goal. I don't even know what is that. Abdomain land. Oh, abdomen land. um, and I don't. Oh, I did not. You could do that. That is so weird. That is so weird. All right. Well, there's decap attack. Oh wait, I got one left. One left. As I say, that's the game. Goodbye, everybody. See you later. I didn't know you could do this. Literally, like you just like. What is this? That is so weird. Oh no! How did I get? I got like under the level. I found a secret space you're not supposed to know about. Game over. That is so sad. He's like, that is like the saddest game over stage. Like, look, is he crying? He's an angel. It's like, now I'm dead. That is so sad. Alright, let's start. Oh, that's R2D4 telling me it's time to stop here. Actually, let's go ahead and head back real quick. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. This was a lot of fun. I definitely remember renting this game as a child, running across the street, seeing the cover art, and just being like, "What is this decap attack?" It just sounds fun to say. Again, it kind of comes on the heels of just that zany. I'm trying to think, is there anything in the room maybe that can kind of like, I don't know. We have like, Altered Beast. That's kind of wild looking. But I think like Sonic really emulates like again like what I'm trying to get at with this character here. It's like, what else can we come up? What's the next character, the video game thing that we can make that's just going to make people go like, what is this? What am I looking at? I think like everywhere you go, like I just bought. We did a Nerf night at my work for some teens, and I just bought a Sonic the Hedgehog like little handheld Nerf blaster. It's not Nerf. It's made by an off-brand company, but it's super amazing, really cool. And it's just Sonic, and you see Sonic everywhere. You see it in movies now. You see he's got shows and memorabilia and just merchandise and just there's just stuff everywhere. But back in like 1990 when he hit the shelves, I mean, we had never seen anything like Sonic the Hedgehog. And so that was kind of Sega's brand at that point. Like, you know, we were kind of used to characters like Mario, Zelda, these human-like kind of characters that we would play in video games that lived in these extreme worlds, but the characters were kind of rooted in, these like normal human aspects. And then Sega just started pumping out these crazy, weird animal type characters, just these really bizarre, like Toe Jam and Earl, like, just like really strange characters that we hadn't really seen before, and I think it was part of that whole wow factor that really was Sega. So I definitely remember going to the video store, renting this title, and just being like, "Wow, what is this? This is so bizarre." Well, speaking of bizarre, that's going to wrap up this another strange, bizarre episode of Rob's Arcade, where we look at these weird, zany games that I used to play. We're going to come right back. Actually, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go run to the restroom. I'm going to pop on the next D game, and we are going to talk about D. Or our dad, D for dad, and go into some stories about that. Like I said, I kind of talked about my sister a little bit, and some of our stuff in another video. And I think it'd be kind of fun to really talk about my dad because really, like, again, without him, I wouldn't be sitting here at the age of almost 45, still playing the same games I played when I was some of your ages out there. So anyway, hang tight while I run away and go do a few things. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment down below, all that stuff. I really want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about this video. And remember, take care of yourself, take care of each other. And until next time, do not spend that quarter anywhere else, guys. Thank you so much. See ya.